Ladies and gentlemen, it has arrived. Patch 2, or no, this is patch 1, season 2. I need to go back to math.
It's 2.0 right now. Yeah. Everyone pray.
So, season 2 just came out recently, and we got new characters, new updates, new balance changes. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy, pretty fun, a lot to learn.
And even more rage for Red to sit there and go, Harada, fix this.
Every day. No game's perfect, though. But here. So today, I'm going to go ahead and look at the Yoshimitsu changes. I'm going to look at the patch notes specifically and go down the line. And I'm going to go through everything. Throw out some tips and just general information for you guys. And then at the end, I'll just give an opinion, how I feel about the balance changes. Well, to Yoshimitsu specifically, because I can't really talk for too many other characters. Maybe Brian. I looked a little bit at Brian. I think he got buffed a little bit more than he needed to be, but we'll see what happens. So we're gonna go ahead and hit the training room up for you guys. And me and Biggie's not here right now. He's taking like a little vacay. Me and him are gonna pick up Lei and Anna. So it's gonna be a little bit for me because Lei's pretty complicated, and I'm probably gonna look up combos and such. But
oh, is he picking up Anna then?
Yeah, he used Anna a little bit in tag 2, I remember. So he'll have Anna down better than I'll have Lei down, at least faster, that's for sure. But I do plan on using him.
Yoshimitsu. Anna Williams.
And I just like the music on this stage, it's my favorite, so that's where we go.
Get ready for the next battle.
So let me bring up these patch notes on my phone. And yeah, guys, feel free to comment on this video. I know it's been forever and a day since we've posted some Tekken stuff, but work sucks. I know.
You can fix this.
Yeah, you.
Share us with your friends.
I mean, they can try. So I'm gonna read down the changes, and then I'll demonstrate what needs to be. Otherwise, it's not really too big a deal. This first note here, it says for the rage counter that Yoshimitsu has, when he's low enough, it starts 2 frames faster. Now, I'm not sure exactly how fast it starts. I'd have to look that up somewhere else, probably. But that's a welcome change. I mean, sometimes it feels like it doesn't come out fast enough. So, and maybe it happens faster than supers now. It's hard to tell, I would say. I mean, I could look at it real quick. Okay, that was a regular. Yeah, it feels like that might be coming out a little bit faster, maybe, than the regular. Now let's see. After the rage, after that specifically, we got a 2-1 startup change from 29 frames to 26 frames. 2-1 is. Now, I didn't think this was really a big deal. I'm like, oh, it's slightly faster. I'm like, you really can't interrupt this too well anyway. You might be able to jab in there, maybe throw out a 12-frame move, and that's about it. But what I didn't think about was that on counter hit, this is natural now, which is really good. And I believe since it's natural on counter hit, get over there. Alright, yeah, we'll talk about that move too. I believe this wall splats now. It does wall splat. That's fabulous.
But does it bounce wall splat?
Well, actually, that's a new mechanic.
Show him the bounce!
Show him the bounce? Yeah, I should show him the bounce, because I don't know if they listed on here.
Put them in the chair of cheer. Show him the bounce.
That's coming up in a bit. We'll go over that. And it looks like after that, it's saying that if you cancel 2-1, that it recovers a little bit faster, and it seems like that's the case, if you ask me, from what I remember. So that's pretty nice. That in itself. But of course, going down this list, we're gonna have some nerfs too. I believe every character in one fashion or another, whether it's frame data, damage, punishability, got some kind of nerf. So the first thing that got nerfed on here is the tracking on 3-4. Now, I remember sometimes it was kind of bad. I'm not proud of it when I hit people with it. I would kind of just dash forward and do 3-4 because it would clip people most of the time. So this got toned down a bit. So you're not going to be able to reliably keep following somebody with this like you used to, which is, it's fine. I understand it. And going down, we got Kangaroo Kick. Now, I know I would get upset a lot because Kangaroo Kick would just miss on a lot of things. Now, hopefully this changes it a bit. It's saying the hitbox got expanded downward, so hopefully this hits more than it should, or it hits more often than it was before, because it's so frustrating when you're about this far away and you're not hitting somebody crouching. It's just the worst. So we'll see how that goes. And let's see. Now we're starting to get into some of the buffs. And then I'll talk about one of the big nerfs pretty soon too, though, for the trade-off. But some of the stuff is pretty nice. He got a couple more launchers on counter hit. You have Kin to slide. Gives you a launch animation. And the great thing about this launch animation is no matter how far away you are, you still get that combo. No matter how far away you are, as long as it's counter hit. So I'll just go ahead and show you guys a quick combo. I would say it would be pretty easy to do. Oops. If I could charge up real quick. That'll probably be a good go-to. And yeah, that'll work on pretty much everybody, I'd say. Picks them up pretty nice, decent damage. You could change the Oki up if you want. You do down 2-2, and then with that, if you want to delay it at the end, you could do that. Up to you guys. It's pretty nice just because you're risking so much going for this slide because it's launch punishable. So at least on counter hit you get some sort of reward, I would say. I mean, yeah, on regular hit you still get the clip, but I mean, when you didn't get any additional reward on counter hit, it was kind of disheartening. So at least that's there. It's nice. I like it. So Yoshi's lows kind of got a buff and they kind of got a nerf. We'll keep going. Now for his sword stance 2, the 1+2 animation, the blender, this actually has a new mechanic when you hit somebody in the air. Now let's see if they're at a good distance to demonstrate this. Now, what that did that it wasn't doing before, first off, it actually hit them. It actually hits them now. I think they changed it to where the move is active for one more frame, so that it actually hits them for the entire thing. Now, what it does now when you hit somebody in the air is it puts them on the ground face first. So the only way they can tech it is by holding back. Otherwise, you get a free down one if they don't do that. Now, let's see if I can demonstrate it real quick. If they decide to do quick back roll. Alright, sometimes I think depending on the size of the character that works a little bit better. But even if they get up, you can still do high, the low. You can still cancel in a backflip, get some free plus frames. You could turn around, maybe go for sword sweep if you want. all kinds of stuff. It's not bad. Still nice. It's still a nice Oki trap, if you ask me. It's a really good change because it finally hits them now. The whole thing finally hits on the wall. Because a lot of times it just wouldn't hit for no reason. Alright, go back to this real quick, the list. Now, this is one of the new mechanics. Now, I thought this worked in combos, but it seems like this is only on, like, the starting hit. I'll go ahead and show it. I think this is the only move that does it as well. It's a new bounce mechanic off the wall. So we'll go ahead and put Anna at the wall. Now it's only for this move. It's forward 4, and it causes a bounce. So they bounce off the wall, and it gives you the opportunity to continue the combo at the wall. And then you might be able to get a side combo. I haven't checked it too much. I'm not too good with the side combos off the wall necessarily, but I like keeping them at the wall because Yoshi's pressure is way better at the wall anyway. So you can hit them back on the wall, and you can just keep hitting them some more like a regular combo. And the great thing is this move's safe, and it's mid. So if people want to duck or hit a button when they get up, you just whop. And then probably the best go-to stuff for hitting somebody at forward 4 is you throw out 4. That'll put them back on the wall. I like to do forward 3-3, and then if they get up, free unblockable sword spin. You could do low spins. Maybe go for a sword sweep if you want. Let's see, you could do, I think this will be max damage for you guys. Let's do
Big damage?
kind of, but that's probably going to be your max damage. There you do 2-2 and then Dragon Punch 2, and it gets a low wall hit. So yeah, it's not bad. I think you could even do yeah, that might not be a bad trap either. You go.
How many times can you reset that bounce though?
You can only do the bounce once. Yeah, you can get into some more back turn shenanigans if you want them. If they don't tech, you get back 1 for free. Ooh, it looks like Suicide will get them no matter which way they tech. I think if they don't get up, you could do it as well. Ooh. Alright, and if they don't tech, let's check that out real quick. Woo! That hits way down there, yep. That's just like something I noticed a couple months ago. I saw somebody posted. You could actually, this hits no matter what, as long as you hit them a certain spot on the wall. I know there's setups for it after combos. I know one specifically is you do hop kick, and I think that hits on most of the cast actually, no matter what they do. If they don't tech, if they tech and get up, it hits them no matter what. So it's really good. So that setup works for the forward 4, which is really good, really cool. Alright, gonna take it back off the wall for a second, back it up, back that ass up
To the windows.
Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and check the next one. We got down 2-2. Now down 2-2, it's actually less minus now. This is minus 14 before. It's minus 12. So if somebody has a 12 frame mid, they can punish you, or if you're too close, they'll just do a jab punish or something. Stuff like that. On hit, it was plus 5, now it's plus 7. So that's really good. Gives you some more time to come up with some offense. And, Same thing with the cancel when you put the sword away. So I'm thinking since it's +7 now, I think you have slightly more time to adjust for your combo and go for a mix-up, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong.
Probably are.
That's possible.
Only E were here to criticize you every move you made.
The next one is just talking about how Kangaroo Kick, the hitbox got expanded off of Flea, which is nice. Now we're starting to come into nerf territory where I get sad face. Now your low spins, the damage got changed from 10 to 8. So the first hit doesn't do 10 anymore, it does 8 damage, and then it starts to scale. It's not a big nerf, but it'll be noticeable at crunch time, I'm sure, when it's coming down to the wire and you hit somebody with that. So that's one nerf. Here's another slight adjustment. I don't know if this really makes too much of a difference if you go for it, just because you can't interrupt this if they try to hit a button in between here at all. Is they sped up from 15 to 13 frames the transition from the high spin to low spin. So this is slightly faster than it used to be. So people got to be more in their game to duck and hit you before you start hitting them with these low spins, basically, because they can't interrupt you. They couldn't interrupt you before, and they can't interrupt you now if they don't duck. They literally can't. So it got slightly better. Now let's see what other kind of nonsense we got here. Now this one's kind of hard to demonstrate. I guess I could try. But what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. But you gotta. There's a new reaction when you hit somebody with the second hit. The second hit of this. When you hit somebody with Gohosen on the ground. So I don't know if that's changed combo potential, because I noticed somebody was doing these combos in a video with Gohosen twice. Into that. I'm not sure what the grounded hit does, because you have to catch somebody side rolling, so it doesn't happen very often, so it's hard for me to demonstrate, but I don't think it's probably too big of a deal. It might just lead to some different combos here and there. Now this one, for people that like to spam back 2-2 on block, this leaves you closer, so you're not going to be able to keep people out really well with it. Just keep that in mind. But if you like keeping people in, then it might not be too bad then. Now, this new move they gave him, the up forward one, they just recently gave him combo opportunity on counter hit. Gives you a juggle state. You counter hit somebody with that, which isn't bad. It's really slow, really linear, but you can't reverse it really unless you're Jin or Geese. So it's still a good move, and it's safe. So it's like you can throw it out once in a while, you know. Mess with them with some jump mix-up, so you do like that'd be like a generic combo right there, something simple, something easy. So it's a nice little buff they gave him. Now this killed me a little on the inside when I saw this change. So Yoshimitsu's biggest launcher, period, yeah, it's gone. No, you're totally right, wise guy. It's gone. His up forward too. This no longer combos on anybody. It was only half the cast, but now it doesn't combo on anybody. Period. Every time they'll block, no matter how well you think you timed it. This will never work again. R.I.P.
D-E-D. Dead.
Yeah, super dead.
It's
So-
rage art dead.
Yeah. Oh boy.
You don't get the rage or the art. It's just gone.
So you gotta deal. You gotta try to take advantage of some of the new mechanics that got buffed and look past it. I'm gonna have to get used to that because I know I'm gonna try to do that in the future once in a while. And remember, it doesn't work. So let's see here.
And every opponent he'll face that he does it to will turn into the Rock and then just smack down on his candy ass.
Yeah, that'd be king. I might get hit with a rock bottom or something. Let's see here.
By
People-
Solo.
For the people's elbow. Now, Dragon Punch 1, the damage got... The damage got up by 2 points. It was 20 before, now it's 22. 22. So that's nice. I mean, for punishes and catching people swinging at long distances, that's pretty nice. It's saying recovery decreased by 7 on hit. So I think that goes back to the double Gohosen combo, the Dragon Punch 1, because you have more time on hit to react. You can do that combo. So you don't have to commit to Kin 4 and go for the max damage that way. You can be creative and come up with something else here if you want. Now that actually doesn't hit on smaller female characters, I believe, because they're low to the ground when you pick them up, but it should work on the rest of the cast. But yeah, it's not bad if you don't feel like committing to the link there. That's a nice little change.
Might
But-
miss on bears.
Oh man, them bears. They're unbearable sometimes. Nah. And same thing with no sword stance. I don't know how useful this honestly is. They increase the damage by 2 on here. And now it's minus 17 instead of minus 15. But this, to me, this is lousy without the sword anyway. I don't see why you'd ever do this move without sword. It's so bad. It's really, really bad. Yeah, the recovery got decreased too, so you got more combo potential, but yeah, and then the opponent's reaction has changed when hit while down. Like I said, if they roll, you're not really going to be using that much. I don't think I've really ever seen anybody do this no sword stance with positive results, or even period. So, but it's something, I guess. It's whatever. Let's see. And then here's another interesting new counter hit launcher, basically. Now, you can pester people with this quite a bit. It's not bad, especially if you think it's gonna hit, because then you get the full connection with the 1-2 right here. But if somebody blocks the first hit and they're getting annoyed, and they get counter hit by the second hit, you get another launcher. Well, bam! So you can probably do the same launcher with the up forward 1 here, or the same combo. Okay, my mistake. You can't. So this one you're probably gonna have to use flashing steel. You're not gonna be able to pick them back up. And that works. It's not bad. You gotta remember they're too low to the ground. I don't think you're gonna be able to pick them up with anything else aside from Dragon Punch 2, flashing steel. But yeah, it's nice. It's a nice little buff just because Yoshi's got a lot of moves that really weren't too worthwhile to use. It's kind of risky. Didn't give you too big of a reward, you know.
There was no biscuit.
Yeah, no point in risking it if you didn't get a biscuit. So that's not bad. Now this, I mean, this might be good for pressure. I haven't seen any utilization in combos yet, just because people are too low to the ground for this to actually work. But while rising 4, you can cancel straight into kin stance. So I guess if you're like punishing a low, you could go straight for pressure. But it really doesn't work on low combos too well. Like it just doesn't work. So yeah, like Like you can't pick him up with that. As nice as it would be and as cool as it would look, it doesn't work. So it's kind of sad. But I mean, there might be some combos out there that you could make work like that. But I guess this isn't bad for pressure punishing. You could do all kinds of whatever, I guess. So, I mean, if you know you gotta punish, you could go for it and then get a little bit of free mix-up afterwards if they're afraid to hit a button, you know. Or if they're gonna hit a button, you could probably just go straight into Blender. So, it's something. I mean, might be more gimmicky than anything, but we'll find out as time goes on. And then, let's see. This is an interesting change. I mean, it already did this as is for the most part. But full crouch forward 4, it's officially a homing move now, but I think it was always technically a homing move because it seemed like it hit anywhere anyways. They upped the damage by 3 points from 15 to 18, which is pretty nice. It chunks a little bit more. The only downside I would say about this is you get the little salt crap that pops up, so people might be able to notice that a little more now. Because you see that mess coming out.
Because all the people were salty.
Yeah, they're getting salty for not being able to see it, maybe. So that, like I said, overall that might be good, that might be bad. So we'll see what happens. If it's easier for people to see or not. And we're almost done. Now, we got one more counter hit right here, which is on back turn. Now, if you hit somebody with down 1, you get this counter hit animation, which is pretty good. It does a chunk, but you can't really combo off of it. They're too far away. So, I mean, you can get 1 extra hit for free though, which is pretty nice. Just do full crouch 4. You get a nice little extra hit, or you could run up and go for some Oki if you want. Go for whatever, you know. And then finally, the last thing is, I don't know. I'm kind of confused why this didn't happen before. But your 2 grab, this 4 breaks now. It didn't before. So I mean that's something. I mean regular grabs aren't very hard to tech when players start getting better anyway. But it's a buff, slight buff, you know. So now Rainbow Drop's not the only grab you had that breaks the 4. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are all the changes. Now, overall, I feel like, in my opinion, Yoshi got more like gimmicks than buffs. With like the grounded hit with the Dragon Punch 1, the counter hit properties with maybe like up forward 1. I feel like that's really not going to happen too often or ever. Somebody getting counter hit by that. Maybe I could be wrong. The wall rising 4 into Kin, I don't find it extra useful, but I mean, it's something. I mean, we got some buffs here, but I am really sad about up forward 2 not comboing anymore, just because it was really good against quite a few characters, especially all the small characters, since a lot of combos just don't work on them. I mean, it didn't work on bears anyway, but I mean, it was nice to have a really good launcher that did that kind of damage. And I mean, it was fair. It was launch punishable. You had to be really close to do it to somebody. So, I mean, I didn't find it totally unfair for how much damage it did. I mean, yeah, sure, you can cancel it, but it's kind of sad they took that away. Overall, I feel like Yoshimitsu's still, like, in the same place he was, toward the bottom of the roster, just because, yeah, they gave him a few counter hit launchers now, but they took away that tool, and they really didn't give him anything that makes him stand out now more than he did before. But we'll see tournaments, if you see more people playing him or more people doing better with him, if these changes actually accumulate to anything useful or not, or if you see any more ridiculous setups or combos. It's literally like day 1 or 2 since this came out yet, and yeah, it's gonna be some time probably before people start figuring the new stuff out here. But yeah, I mean, the useful stuff, let's try to go back over real quick. More damage, officially a homing move. You got that floor breaks. You got counter hit slide. Whoop. You got counter hit up forward 1, and you got counter hit down 1 back 2. And those are your new counter hit properties. Oh yeah, and while rising 3-2. And yeah, those are basically the new changes. Got boot, and we'll see where we go from there. So yeah, if you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment, ask for some other stuff if you got something specific. See what happens, you know. Gonna go ahead and start doing punish videos. Start with Anna and Lay for you guys, so get the new stuff out of the way, so keep you guys informed. And yeah, catch you later.
Do it.